Department Media. We're here with the Seattle Seawolves captain. Okay, Shalom Suniula. Okay. Now, what kind of name is that? Where's that come from?
Well, it's a Hebrew name. It means peace and hello.
I know Shalom does, but the Suniola.
The surname's Samoan.
Samoan.
Yeah, heritage. Yep.
All right, so that's perfect. Right, that's rugby's in your blood then, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so how long have you been playing rugby?
Since I was yay high. Yeah.
Okay. So did you grow up in Samoa?
No, I grew up in New Zealand actually. I was born in American Samoa. That's how I was able to play in the U.S. For eligibility reasons, and then I grew up in New Zealand.
Grew up in New Zealand. So everybody I ever met from New Zealand said they're from Auckland.
Yeah.
Is that your story too?
Yes, I'm from West Auckland. I'm from
Everybody.
West Auckland.
Okay, because I never met anybody said another town in New Zealand, ever once. But so you've been with Major League Rugby since its inception.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so what do you think of the league? What are your prospects for the future for the league and youth outreach and the academy and that kind of thing?
Well, here's the thing. I'm very optimistic about the future, so it's exciting.
Well, as a soccer fan that I am, I followed the Seattle Sounders and everything in their inception. How is the city taking to the rugby team as well? Because they took hold to the soccer team. I'm assuming it's the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. Like every game sold out in Seattle. The Tequila Stadium Starfire holds roughly around 5,000 people. So I mean, it's crazy. The people of Seattle are nuts. They get behind their sports and they love it. Now it's about getting the community engagement piece right and spreading the good values of rugby and making sure that, I guess from the ground up, we're able to do our part.
Well, I'm noticing that the values in rugby are strong. It seems to be something that not only they try to market well, but it seems to be something that's kind of just ingrained. If you could talk a little bit about that, is that something that you learned, I guess, growing up in the youth leagues, or how did that just become so prevalent in the entire league?
Well, I guess it's something that rugby, we want to make it a contrast from the other sport, and especially in America. Like I think what we're doing right now, this is what we call the third half. The important aspect, one of the values of rugby is respect. So after a hard physical match, a fierce battle, we get together and share food with each other and award man of the match, show good sportsmanship and things like that. And then at the end of the day, there's another week ahead.
Yes, sir. I understand completely.
Yeah, because that's something we're really not used to as far as the way, well, really most other sports, but definitely in American sports. I played American football, right? And after a game, there are some teams where there's no way in the world I would have come back and I would have given the jokers a glass of water. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I see you you definitely have some war wounds from the match. So what's it like to have such a high intense match, very full contact sport? What is it about the sport that makes you be able to come back and just have a brew with somebody?
Well, it's bigger than the game, right? One of the best things I tell kids about rugby, the best thing I get out of it is friendship, lifelong friendship. So I got friends all over the country. You play against each other, in this case, state by state. And so you play against each other, you beat each other up, and then at the end of the day, you're able to shake hands and share food and beer or drinks with each other and
fellowship.
Fellowship with one another, and it makes for a better lifestyle anyway.
That it does.
Right. Okay, one more question, because do you guys come back here at any point during the season, or is this the last game you have in Houston?
Yeah, this is the last game we have in Houston.
Okay, because I saw you had a couple of guys looked a little dehydrated because of the heat and the humidity. Now I know, now the guy in question, he looked a little Irish, so I know he might not be accustomed to this kind of heat and humidity, right? This was actually a good day today for Houston, right? Do you guys go to New Orleans later on? Because you might want to make sure to tell your guys, you being the skipper, make sure they hydrate, huh?
Well, that's definitely an advantage that Houston had, was definitely the weather. Our guys being in Seattle, it's not exactly as hot as this or as humid as this, but for the most part, we're lucky enough to come in, what are we, in April?
Yeah, on a good day.
I mean,
a good time.
any later in the year, it's
Over
a wrap.
100.
It's a wrap.
Most definitely. Okay, well, thank you, Captain. We're very nice to talk to you. Shalom Suniula.
Thank you very much.
Captain for
Good
Seattle.
Game today as well.
We'll be
Congratulations
following
on
you
the
guys.
victory.
We're hoping to build a relationship with Major League Rugby as a whole, and the SaberCats in particular. So we look forward to seeing big things from you guys. Now, you'll be around a while because you look pretty young.
Thank you very much. I'll take that.
All right, thank you again.
Follow the Garage Apartment on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Brand new tweet, photos, videos, hashtags. Let me share some real quick. Follow me on social media.
And subscribe to the Garage Apartment Radio on YouTube.